All right, guys, we're back. We're gonna do a mobile call today. It's gonna be I think it's a no crank, no start today. I believe it's gonna be a Tahoe. We gotta go to Ridgeland, Mississippi to check it out, so let's get it. Let's go. The '09 Tahoe. You mind being on video? All right, so tell me what have you done to it?
I got the starter put on, I got a new battery put on.
Okay.
And when you crank it, I think the doors are still very good on that.
Okay. Here, let me get the keys. See what you got here. What did you put? You put a starter on it, an alternator. What did you put on it?
And a new battery.
And a new battery. Starter, alternator. So let's see if it's cranking or not. Lights come on. It looks good. Check engine light is on, which is very important. That's like your power light on all your devices, your DVD, cell phone. Oh well, hell, dude, you just got a low battery.
The battery,
it's brand new.
Brand spanking new.
You got loose connections, maybe. Okay, let's see. Maybe this will be an easy one. All right. I'm going for the easy stuff today. I'm sorry you had to spend all that money. Though I see it all the time. All right, what do we got here? Hell, the battery looks good. Connections are pretty tight, too. And you got a new starter on there, too?
You can see it from this tag. That's why I got this tag.
Does this thing shut down on you? You woke up one morning and it wouldn't start?
It started, 2 weeks ago, I drove it to my grandma's house and it stopped. And
while you were driving it?
When I cut it out. When I got ready to get back in it, it started doing it, but eventually it had come back up.
Okay, it did crank back up.
I got it back here. I took the battery, the interstate, and said it was still on the battery, so I got a new battery.
Have you checked the oil level?
Yeah, I checked the oil level too.
No, that doesn't look like there's any oil in there. You sure? Oh my God. Please have oil in it. Please have oil in it. I do this way too much. I hate giving bad news too. Your motor's locked up. Your motor's locked up. I'm gonna check it to be 100% sure. There's no oil on the stick.
It didn't crunk up since then.
I know. It might crunk up.
And I drove it, and I brought it back.
How much oil do you see on that stick? Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
There's nothing on there. Okay. Well, that was a quick one. It wasn't what I wanted to tell you. But we can verify that. Let's go ahead and take the belt off. What we're going to do now to verify the engine's locked up is go ahead and take off the snorkel tube. Pull that off of there. Pull the belt off because it makes it easier. And it won't have no tension from these other pulleys that are holding it. We just want to turn the crankshaft by itself. So let's do that. All right, to make things easier, just take this off. Take the belt off, guys. And go down near the crank pulley. Make sure all the pressure's off of it, because sometimes, even though the AC compressor is not on the same belt, yeah, I really didn't have to do that, but it does make it easier to keep the tension off the belt. How'd you get my number? Google? You found me on Google? So we get our big extension on there. Get our big extension on there, and now this pulley should turn freely. Oh shit, it moved a little bit. It's locked up. He's gonna need a motor. Motor's locked up on it. Okay, that's it. It's the end of this motor. We got to put another one in there for you. Sorry. You're not going to be on it. You're okay. You're okay. It turns one way and stops. So what I'm doing now, I'm turning it the other way. And see what happens. Usually when it does that, it's a bent valve or something stopping that piston from traveling all the way up and coming back down. It's stopping. So we're going to try it both ways on this. See, it spins. Yeah, it spins. It's spinning. So it's going to go all the way around and it's probably going to stop. All of a sudden, it's getting tighter. I feel a little compression. See if I can go 360 degrees on it. I'm almost there. Have you been seeing an oil leak? You haven't been seeing any oil leaks? How often did you change the oil on this truck? I did 360 degrees already. I'm gonna keep going because doesn't feel locked up anymore. We're gonna get some oil in here and hopefully you got lucky today. I know I went all the way around going the opposite direction. Well, I'm pretty sure. All the way around, huh? At least twice. Which is key. 2 times. Alright, let's see if you got lucky. I hope so. Let's get some oil in it first. I'm getting all of this in there. You're gonna get it all. So we can get some lubrication going on immediately. And we can change the oil later if it starts.
If it starts, we going in the morning. I don't like for them videos your dog getting out.
Shadow! Back it up. Oh, yeah, that figures. You're okay.
He going to like me go use the bathroom.
Yeah, you got to pee, gotta pee.
That's probably what you finna go do, man. That's smart dog.
Okay, let's start it up. Crank it up for me, please. Do that again. We'll put the starter on.
Same guy put this,
He knows what he's doing, right? I mean, it's clicking. Try it again. You hear that noise? That's because your motor's dry. Do it again. It'll stay. Do it again for me, please. That's good. Stop. That's good. That's good. I'm just going to keep this. I'm not putting that belt on yet because I want it to lubricate and keep running. Start it up. You got lucky, dude. You got lucky. Just gonna let it lubricate a little bit, and make sure you get that oil change in the next week. You got new oil in it now. Full forward. And you guys keep your eye on that oil level from now on. Because if you got a leak, you need to know about it. Otherwise, next time you're not going to get lucky. It's just going to let go. So, Yeah, just keep an eye on that oil level. Check your spot. Have your certain spot and
I did that.
so make sure you don't have any leaks. I'll look around a little bit. Okay, we can shut it off and I'll put the belt back on there. Please. Huh? Your battery was low. Your battery was low.
And it probably got low when he came.
And it was locked up. Because you see me pull on that cable, that pipe, that ratchet, that extension.
So we probably need the other parts on the alternator.
It was the original one. Eventually it was gonna probably need it on.
I mean, that makes you feel better. So
Yeah, you
you
know that.
just go ahead and say it like that. It makes you feel better. But yeah,
We needed some oil.
you needed a. So after you put that new battery in, it did the same thing, clickety click.
So
Battery was low when you bought it, and it was locked up. So,
They go back to being locked up.
huh?
Everything go back to being locked up.
It does. It does.
When I first got the battery, the truck still like how we just got in, the lights was on.
Uh-huh.
The lights wouldn't go on. It still wouldn't come on until I got that alternator put on. Then everything was on.
That's crazy right there. That should have been the opposite. It should have been the opposite of that. When your battery in there, the light should have came on. The alternator, the only thing the alternator does, wait, you have a 12-volt battery in this car, that car, every car you see out here. Your 12-volt battery is in everything. So this alternator puts out an extra 2 volts to that battery to keep it charged. That's its only job, is to keep the battery charged up. So the battery is what gives you all your lights and your all that. All this does is keep your battery charged. It's the only job. It's the only job. So yeah. So let me get you back together again. We're gonna let this thing run for a while. Get it nice and lubricated. That's crazy because that thing was locked up. You saw it. And it spun the opposite way, which is the way it's supposed to turn anyways. The way I was turning when I was listening, that's the way the engine rotates, that way. I was turning this way, which it still should have spun. This is weird. I don't know what to say, a lock up or, you know, the battery was low because I got my jumper pack on it now.
Charging it up.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's start it up.
Did you make some actual brake
I hear that motor too. Did you hear it? So get you some, when you do your oil change, don't go with that cheap oil. You guys get that, maybe not the full synthetic, but get you a nice synthetic blend. Okay? Full synthetic is what I use on my truck. I got. Okay, all right, guys, that's it. All right, you guys are charging at 14. Your alternator's putting out 14.4 volts, which is excellent. Why do you have 14 volts? Why do you have 14 volts and not 12 volts? They was fast. They did that test. They did that. Okay, good job, guys. All right, that's good, man. It looks good. I don't see anything. I'm gonna look around the valve covers because I want to know why it's leaking. Unless you guys haven't changed the oil in 3-4 months, and you're burning, and you're driving a lot. There it is. Well, I spilled that. I'm gonna clean that up for you. But your valve covers actually look pretty good. I'm gonna clean that up for you. I'm gonna do 135 today, oil, cleaning, blah, 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 okay? 135. Next time a problem happens, you guys know you call me. Because we don't guess, we always test everything, okay? All right, thanks, man. Yeah, we always test everything. Shadow, let's go. You guys got to tell me that after you, before me, you pay me. Before you pay me. Shadow, post. Your customers do that to me all the time. Oh, and yeah, I think I did hear you say something like that. Shadow's real wrong, hard-headed pit bull. All right, so we're going to look at a skid light is on. The traction control light is on, so we're going to go into brakes. Let's go into brakes. Where are you at, brakes? This is your vehicle, I'm told.
Yeah. Now go to work. Okay, perfect.
I'm trying to find it.
I've been having to drive his car. You know, it's nothing like your own.
I know, right?
He keeps his stuff different and I keep mine. So if something was to happen with the motor in the future, is there something you could fix?
I could put another motor in there for you. It all depends on how I feel when it comes to motors, because I don't really do a lot of them anymore. I'm too busy doing this kind of stuff. You got low brake fluid indicator light on.
Yeah, I saw that. He got minimum on that.
It's got minimum, so let's get some fluid in there. We can get that off, but you don't have anything else on.
I wonder why, because it goes crazy like a dinging noise, and his brake is popping up.
All right, let's see if this brake fluid turns that light off or something. Usually when the brake fluid gets low, it usually tells you, hey, you need brakes. But that's not always the case, because sometimes people put brake fluid in, and you're not supposed to put brake fluid in. Because what happens is when your brakes get lower, the pads get skinnier and skinnier, the brake fluid level in your reservoir will drop the skinnier it gets.
Yeah.
So when you get new brakes on there, you got to push that piston back in, the brake fluid levels out, goes to the top again, unless you have a leak or something like that. That's how that works. So let me turn this car off. We're going to clear these codes. That's the only thing you have on there, though, is that silly brake light, the low level light. You need a battery. You need a battery. The alternator's not charging that up. It must be a dead cell. Yeah, I'm not a fan of interstate batteries. I'm not a fan of Walmart batteries. Never buy those, in my opinion. You hear that motor noise, right? You hear it too? Okay. That's because it was low on oil and things were getting hot in there, and
Yeah, okay.
so now your lights are off. Okay.
I just got to work on the bed.
It looks good, y'all. I'm impressed. There's no lights on at all in this vehicle. So let me check your brakes and make sure your brakes are okay. And then I'll get out of your hair.
Okay.
Okay?
What's your name again now?
Everyone calls me Hayes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna finish this video up with a battery check. Let's get it connected. All right, battery check. 14.3 volts, really, really good. The alternator is putting out. So all I want you to do is turn off the car for me. Let me go ahead and disconnect my meter. All right, try to start it up. You see what I'm saying? Do that again. Yeah, the battery's toasted. Do it again. I can't even get a good read on it. It's that dead. It's that dead, I can't even get it to read on my meter. Get in there and hit that switch and hold it. Hold it, hold it, just hold it there. Just, is it doing it by itself? Okay, never mind, it's automatic. All right, so, yeah, you need another battery and you'll be fixed up completely. Okay? All right, guys, that's it. Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. We're in Jackson, Mississippi. All right, guys, and that's how you do it. And that's why I charge $100. One of the reasons for a minimum call. I ended up getting 140 out of that job. I've only been there like 30 minutes. But it's not the point. The point is you find the problem, you find the correct problem, you have a remedy for that problem, you give them options and choices so they can get their car repaired. And so now she's back running again. The car's been sitting for about a week. Putting batteries in it and alternators and starters and, you know, and probably driving themselves crazy over that. So now she's good to go. All right, so it'd really be nice to get over there, get another battery for, that way I can do a battery check before and after, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do that unless they call me back. But that's it. I'm going home. I just left, not long ago, I just left Consuela Mexican restaurant. I had me dinner with a friend. So, yeah, I'm going to end the night like this. So, anyways, y'all, you guys have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace. Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. We're in Jackson, Mississippi. Shadow Wado and Acey Wacy.